Welcome folks, how are we doing? Welcome to the Hatch Report, your weekly deep dive into Cold War and urban exploration and all that jazz. Today we're going to be talking about the Cold War mission that put nuclear bombs in the sky 24/7. Literally circling the globe, waiting for World War III to start. This was called Operation Chrome Dome. I've never heard of this before myself. I just put it randomly and I found it. One of the most dangerous strategies of the nuclear age. The US had the Strategic Air Command, led by the legendary and terrifying General Curtis LeMay, or LeMay. His motto was simple: peace is our profession, war is our mission. The Strategic Air Command's bombers, the B-52 Stratofortress, were capable of delivering nuclear weapons anywhere in the world. But here's the problem. What if the Soviet Union launched a surprise attack and destroyed them before they even left the ground? The solution was extreme. Keep the nuclear-armed B-52 bombers in the air constantly, circling a pre-planned flight around the Arctic, over the Mediterranean, and even across the Atlantic. At the height of the program, dozens of bombers were in the sky every day, each carrying multiple hydrogen bombs, some more powerful than the ones that were dropped on Hiroshima, by a factor of hundreds. Wow, that's mad, isn't it? Scary thought, folks. I've heard of bombers being in the sky constantly, but never looked into it again. These flights were meant as a deterrent. The Soviets knew the Americans could hit back, even if its bases were destroyed. But there were risks. Fuel shortages, bad weather, created countless dangers. So, we have some accidents here, folks. This is quite serious, quite funny to see. Well, not funny. This is quite serious accidents here. All in the 1960s, it seems, with these bombers being in the sky constantly. 1961, the Goldsboro incident, North Carolina. If I've said that correctly, folks, remember, a B-52 broke apart mid-air, dropping two Mark 39 hydrogen bombs. One of them went through several safety stages, becoming terrifyingly close to detonating. Bloody hell, that was over the American soil as well. What would have happened if that had detonated? Oh my god. Hydrogen bomb. Jesus. In 1966, the Palomares incident, Spain. Mid-air refueling went wrong. 4 hydrogen bombs fell on Spain. 2 detonated their conventional explosives, scattering plutonium dust across the farmlands. Oh my god. See, I've not heard of that one. To this day, cleanup teams still monitor the area. Wow. That's quite intense. And then I wonder why there's so many cancers around now, folks. All this sort of stuff happening, these accidents that have kept secret for so many years, and they're all starting to come out now. There's so many Soviet ones as well. Accidents with nuclear materials and stuff like that. Obviously we know of Chernobyl, but in 1968, the Through accident, Greenland, a B-52 crashed on the ice near the Through airbase. The nuclear weapons broke apart, spreading radioactive debris everywhere. Denmark banned nuclear weapons on their soil, so officially the US wasn't even supposed to have them there. Well, that's Bent Waters and Woodbridge, folks, as we're exploring at the moment in the exploring videos. They weren't meant to have nuclear weapons there. And when asked about it, they said they cannot confirm or deny that there was weapons there. So the government's always, and military are always lying. These events show how thin the line between deterrence and disaster was, folks. The end of the Chrome Dome. By 1968, the risks were too high. After Through, Operation Chrome Dome was shut down. Instead, the US relied on its land-based intercontinental ballistic missiles, ICBMs, and submarine launch missiles. The airborne alert idea lingered in military planning, but it was never reviewed, at least at that same scale. Operation Chrome Dome remains a stark reminder of just how dangerous the Cold War truly was. And I only saw a small part of the Cold War. Well, I didn't really. I was only a baby. When the Cold War ended 1991, I was 6 or 5, 6, something like that, folks, so wasn't very old. But yeah, nuclear bombs flying overhead every day, where a single mechanical failure could have triggered a global catastrophe, folks. So if one had accidentally detonated over Russia, say, Soviet Union, that could have retaliated with weapons Russians attacking America. It's, anything could have happened, couldn't it? I mean, it's scary. This has been the Hatch Report, folks. I hope you enjoyed that one. That was definitely interesting, because I've never heard of that one. I've heard of some of the bombs being dropped before. Never heard it was dropped on Spain, so that's a new one for me. Obviously, you can go and search yourself and find out some information about it, but I've sort of chucked it out there so you can have a look now, folks. So yeah, that was the Hatch Report. Hope you enjoyed that one. See you again next week for another one. See you soon.